Sophie dari Sof. Just. Oh. Okay, good morning, the honorable judges. I am Dila. How are you today? I hope we are all always in a good condition. Okay, let us begin today's event, which is the final round of picture short story, or well known as Picory, for senior level participants. For this session, we will call the top 5 based on their participants' number, not based on their writing score. First, we welcome Felicita. Felicita? Hello, Felicita. Hi, Felicita. Can you hear me? Masih loading audio ya? Hi, Felicita.
Hello,
Please.
good morning.
Hi, hello. Please turn on your video on.
Oh, okay. Please give me a few seconds.
Yes. Okay, how are you, Felicita?
I'm a bit nervous, but also excited.
Okay. No.
But I'm excited because this is a very unique way of holding the finals.
Okay. Okay, so before we move on to the Q&A session, first,
Yes.
please introduce yourself to the judges.
Okay. Good morning, judges. My name is Felicita Josefina Adi. I'm from SMA 2 Balikpapan.
Okay, thank you, Felicita. Now let's move on to the Q&A session for the judges. The time is yours.
Thank you.
Who will be the first, Miss Wati or Miss Anjar or Miss Arida?
I will be the last, is okay.
Okay, Miss Anjar is the last. Miss
I'll be the
Arida,
second. Bu Arida is the
okay.
first.
Okay then. Arida is the first.
Okay. Thank you for this first opportunity. Felicita, where are you? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you look very pretty.
Thank you.
And I hope that you are not nervous in this case. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I will be more nervous in asking the question. Well, I have read your story and I feel that it is a very good story. Yeah, that's why you come to this final round.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I still want to know much about the way you are creating this story. This is creative writing, so there must be something special which inspire you when you are creating the story. Can you tell me about that?
Okay, to be honest, I know my teachers, they taught me to make the setting, plot, characters, right? But I never do that when I write stories because it gets me stuck while writing. It gets me a writer's block if I plan everything like that. So when the pictures were given to me, I just looked at them and I just had an idea and I just started typing. And and I was in the middle of the story and I already passed the word limit. I went too much in the details that like I had 2,000 words in the word count already and I wasn't even done. That's because I never plan everything, but it would get worse if I plan. If I plan the settings, the plot and everything, I will just get stuck while writing and I just can't think anymore.
So you got 5 different pictures.
Yes.
How did you connect between one picture to the other pictures so it make the whole story?
Yeah. So I got the pictures guitar, Isyana Saraswati, the hippo, and then rain and the amusement park, right? So I wanted the rain in the autumn season and the amusement park to just be the setting of the story, but I wanted it to have a huge effect to my characters' emotions. So I used that. And then when I saw the hippo, I did get a bit confused. Like, what am I supposed to do with a hippo? So I made it something for the character's background, right? So I made it that her family is bullying her and calling her a hippo because she's a bit overweight and stuff. So,
Okay, that's what I actually want to ask you about hippo because
oh,
you did not describe as a real animal. You just give a name to the person in your
oh, yeah, yeah.
story actor. So
I I actually did when I was writing. I did go into very deep details about the hippo. I wrote, she's being called a hippo because blah 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 blah. But then my story it already passed the word limit. I wasn't done, and I was already in 2000s. So I did have to eliminate a lot of unnecessary details like that. So I hope
thank you.
you can understand that.
Thank you, and hope your friend will not call you hippo. Yeah.
I
Okay,
hope
thank you.
so
That's
too.
my questions. Okay, I give it to the other judge.
Thank you so much.
Okay, it's
thank
my
you, Miss
turn.
Frida. Yes, Miss Wati, the time is yours.
Thank you, Dila. Hi, Felicita.
Hello.
Hello. I'm amazed with your English. You
Thank
speak
you.
very good English.
Oh my
And
gosh, thank you.
how did you got this good English? Did you learn
Thank you.
somewhere, or you were born outside of
No, no.
or did you read a lot? What did you do?
Maybe because from kindergarten until middle school, I only went to international schools. And
Ah,
the rules were I had to speak at least 80% of English all the time. And then my parents
all
said,
right.
and then my parents said, practice English at home, speak in English to your sister. So I got used to it, and now I'm more confident in my English than Bahasa.
Ah, that's good. Okay, but you don't forget
No, no, no,
your
no.
your bahasa, right?
No,
Okay.
no.
Well, so how does this story relate to your experience, perhaps? Is it related to your experience? Is it somewhere in the story? Is there a part of the story that relate to you, or it's just a story that you made up?
Most of it is just made up, but the theme, family, I chose family because I wanted the antagonist to be someone really close, really nearby to the protagonist, mentally and physically, right? Because this is different for everyone, but I feel more offended when my family member insults me versus when my friend does. Yeah, so I wanted my main
Okay.
character to feel that type of pain, that type of hurt, to be disliked by someone you love. I wanted my character to feel that.
So, why did you decide to end this story this way?
Why did I decide it? To be honest, when I write stories, I prefer bad endings. I prefer
Yeah,
sad.
okay.
I
Yeah,
think
but
it's
yeah, this
different.
ending is different. Yeah,
This
yeah.
ending is different. Yeah, I usually write sad endings, but when I was reading the rules, I got the hint that the judges want me to write something more cheerful, something more happy, right? So I gave it a better ending than I usually would.
But if it is a bad ending or sad ending, how are you going to end it up? If if you have to write a sad ending, how are you going to write it up?
Ooh, okay. Either the main character fails the audition, or she just doesn't get the courage and she just doesn't do the audition at all. And she just becomes a doctor, but she's unhappy as a doctor.
Okay. So are you happy with the ending of this story?
Yes, I am happy with the ending, even though it's not my typical sad ending. I am still very happy with it.
So if other people read your story, what sort
Yeah.
of message would you like to send to the readers?
Okay. I want this story is sending a message that you should like do what you want to do. You should reach your dreams. You should no matter if your family, your friends, they're like, no, do this, do that. You're not very good at this. Like, you're confident in yourself. You have this passion towards this certain thing. Then just reach for it. Just go for it. That's the message I'm trying to send through this story.
Thank you. Last question. What is your
Yes.
dream?
My dream is actually not to be a musician, not to be a writer. I want to be a psychologist, maybe, or a heart surgeon. I don't know. I can't choose.
Okay. So all the best
Thank you.
for your dream. Yeah.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you. Thank you, Felicita. Thank you.
Thank you,
Kami.
Miss Martin. Okay, now Miss Anjar. Can you
Yeah, thank
share?
you for the opportunity. Good morning, Felicita.
Good morning.
First time I read your story, and then
Yes.
my mind come to Barbie movie. Guitar, the park, and also the
Yeah.
characters. Ya, jangan-jangan suka nonton Barbie juga ini. Uh, I want you to tell me about the personality of Althea. I really interesting with her
Right? Yeah.
personality.
Althea, she's very passionate about being a doctor. She wants to carry the family tradition. And she has this mindset that, oh, we're of the same family. You should continue the family tradition as well. Why are you going to this different path? Why are you not going with this rules that we have? Our parents were doctors, our grandparents were doctors. Why are you trying to be different like this? You know? And she has that twisted mindset of kind of. That's the kind of person Althea is.
Okay. So, what about Raphael? What kind
Raphael,
of brother he is?
yeah, he's the kind brother. When I wrote the story, I wanted uh the big sister to be the antagonist, but I still wanted one person to be really nice. So I made it the big brother, right? Because unlike Althea, his mindset is different. He's more open-minded. Oh, you want to do what you love? That's okay. I'm fine with that. I will support you.
Okay. Okay, that's because that's really interesting. Sibling or sister
Yeah,
brotherhood,
yeah,
that kind of thing.
yeah.
Okay, and then why is the title Thought of Item Autumn?
Okay. Okay, I thought very deep into this. So, Thoughts of Autumn is actually the English translation of a French classical piece titled Ponce de Tombe. I probably did
Oh,
not pronounce that right because it's French,
okay.
but the song is about the ending of summer and the coming of autumn. So I
Hmm.
took that as a metaphor. The summer here is Claire's old, unconfident self, right? And now that's gone and it's replaced by autumn, Claire's new, transformed, confident self.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I thought that would be perfect, especially because my story does take place in autumn, and also because my main character dreams of being a musician. So the fact that the story title is an actual song title, I think that fits perfectly, you know?
Hmm. Okay. So I think you do not offense of Isyana Saraswati, ya?
To be honest,
Because you
no.
only put her. Hmm.
Oh, yeah, to be honest, no, but I already knew from the get-go, I knew before the pictures were even given to me, that I wanted the character given to me to just be a side character. I think it would be a challenge to take the character given to me and just put it in the sideline and not the spotlight.
Okay.
So I made sure that it's just like a side character, but it has this huge effect on my main character.
And
On the
you did it.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
you did it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. That's all from me, Felicita. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Anjar. And also thank you, Felicita.
Thank you so
You
much for
may
the
leave the
opportunity.
room.
Okay, thank you so
Yes.
much.
Goodbye and good luck.
Thank you.
So cheerful. Okay. Next we will have Habibi. Yeah. Yes, we will have Habibi, male participants. Habibi. Hi Habibi. Can you hear me? Oh, connect. Still connecting. Hi, Habibi.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, could you please turn on your video? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, hi, Habibi. How are you?
I'm fine, Miss. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so before we start the Q&A session, first, introduce yourself to the judges.
Okay, so thank you, Kak. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, judges. My name is Habibi Fawzan Hendriansyah. I am 16 years old. Currently, I'm at the 11th grade on Mandua Samarinda.
Okay, that's all then? Okay,
Yes.
thank you, Habibi. Right, let's move on to the Q&A session for the judges. Time is yours. Who will be the first, Miss Arida, Miss Anjar, or Miss Wati?
I'm sorry, Miss. I
I'm
have
the
to.
last.
Miss Wati is the last. I'm so sorry,
Okay.
Habibi. Okay, I guess Miss Arida will be the first.
Okay, no problem. We'll be the first always. Okay, Habibi, how are you?
I am fine. Yeah.
Okay,
Fine, ma'am.
I hope you will be nervous in answering the question. There are
Yes.
of questions that will be asked by the judges here. You have 3 judges, then they
Yes.
will have different questions. Well, let me ask you about the content of your story. What is actually, could you tell me in a very brief summary about your story?
Okay, so thank you for the question, Judge. I'm going to because it is a long story. I'm going to make it short for the sake of easy pronunciation as well. I'm going to shorten the name from Lee Min Ho into Lee, and then some of the characters I will shorten them. Okay, so there was a chief of a village named Lee Min Ho. I'm just going to call him Lee, and one day his village is suffering from a drought, where the land turned from green into yellow and water is just evaporating and resulting with just no water in the land, in the village. And then he prayed one day that he would do anything just to make his village back to its normal condition. And then the next day, there is a man, an old man, call him. His name is Kang Mihun. I'm just going to call him Mihun. He said that he's the chosen one. Lee was asking to himself, why did he call me the chosen one? And he mentioned that he is the one who going to bring the village into its normal condition with an orb called the angel, secured by a cube called the moonlight. And the person who secured it is an animagus called Sandy. An animagus is basically a person who can transform himself into an animal. Okay. And then he accepted the quest. Mihun teleported him into an island in the Bermuda Triangle. When Lee entered the cave in that island, there was a phone. And then that is where Lee talked to him, explain what is going to be in front of him, what he will face in that cave. There are 3 chambers. The first chamber is
Okay. You already talked
oh yeah,
much. Okay, let me stop it for because I
oh
know
yeah.
already the story. I just want to see whether you really know what is going on in the story because I want to know whether it is originally yours or not. And then I got it.
Okay,
Now,
ma'am.
you mentioned in your story about WK land. What is that? WK.
WKWK land. It is actually how Indonesian called LOL. It's like wak wak wak. It's like how we laugh in the chat. And
Oh,
then actually, if I'm not mistaken, Weird Genius ever made a song called Wak Wak Land, and that is where I got that inspiration.
oh, that's why you get this. Oh, I thought it is an abbreviation. WK land.
Yes.
Well, the connection with the picture that you put in your story, you told us in your story that the restaurant is was full of people, but actually the picture was not full of people. It's not filled with people.
Ah,
Why did you write something else from the picture?
okay, so the picture is about restaurant, right, ma'am? And I'm going. Basically, what I'm trying to put in that story is that I improvise. The point is that there is a restaurant, but I
Mhm.
try to make it more weird because, like, a fancy restaurant with a lot of fancy people in a cave out of nowhere, and it seems more like, huh? Is this like a
But
big question
actually,
mark?
the restaurant, there was no one in the restaurant actually. But
Yes.
why finally you describe the restaurant full of people, fancy people?
Basically, like I said, ma'am, I improvise myself. Is that
Mhm.
I get the picture. Is that it is a restaurant, but in the story, I'm trying to make it more weird because, like, in the restaurant, I'm trying to say that why is there a fancy restaurant in the middle out of nowhere? That's what I'm trying to basically want to deliver in that story, ma'am.
Mm. Okay, I think that's all from me.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Arida. And now next, Miss Anja.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Hello, Habibi.
Hello, miss.
Ah. Okay. So some part in your story, I feel like you take me to Mission Impossible movie.
Yes.
Ah. Okay. And then, and suddenly I moved to the such like a game online
Oh yeah, game online
art.
kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay.
So, how you actually wants to share with your readers by writing this kind of story?
Okay, so thank you for the question, ma'am. Uh, I'm actually trying to deliver like this is a fiction story. Of course, it's not a real story. I'm not trying to deliver like once upon a time in the 1800s or in the 1900s. I'm not trying to deliver that. Basically, I'm trying to deliver that uh, how someone just like a chief of a village that don't even know anything can be a god. Basically, I'm trying to deliver that uh, imagination can be anything. That is what I'm trying to deliver. That is why I put um, from a person who can transform himself into a squirrel. It doesn't make sense, but because it is a fiction, I'm trying to tell people that it could be anything. You can write anything on your story. That's basically the point. What I'm trying to deliver in this story, ma'am.
Okay. And then, can you tell me about Lee Min Ho as the chosen one? What
Ah,
kind of person is he?
ah. Okay. So when in the story,
Hmm?
basically, the Moonlight told him that Kang Mi-hun, his father, Lee Min-ho's father, ever said to himself that this kid will be the god of water. This kid is going to be the one who is going to make a land for the gods in the future, of course. That is why he is the chosen one. Now, why do I say like the god of water? Because there is a game called God of War, and when the main character killed Poseidon, the true God of Water, uh, it's like a rain fell down. A rain fell down, and I took inspired by that, and that is why Lee Min Ho become the chosen one because it is basically like a prophecy from his father. That is what I'm trying to deliver, man.
Okay, but actually, yeah, you put, I think for the description of the Minho, you need
Okay,
to give more strength explanation about his
okay, man.
personality because this is the thing that I think miss in your story. What kind of person is he? And then it is not only because of the because of his father actually, yeah, but
Yeah.
hopefully you will explain what kind of person is that make him, yeah, appropriate for becoming the chosen one because that become part of your title.
Okay, ma'am.
But overall, that's really good. Thank you, Habibi.
Okay,
That's
ma'am.
all. Thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Angel. And now, Miss Swati, time is yours.
Yeah. Habibi, you have uh, quite a number of characters in your story.
Oh, yes.
And I think that's one of the reasons that makes your story becomes complicated.
Okay.
And I would like to know, how did you arrange the setting of the story? Because you took us everywhere
Yes,
from
ma'am.
one point to another point. So how did you arrange the story from the beginning until the end? How
I'm
did
sorry.
you
I'm
how
sorry,
did
ma'am.
you how did you arrange the setting of the story?
I'm sorry, ma'am. Can you repeat the question?
Am I audible? Hello? Could you hear can you hear my voice?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So my question was, how did you arrange the setting of the story? Because
Ah,
you took us to different places. Yeah.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And how did you arrange the story? How did you arrange the setting of the story so that it becomes a line, a storyline?
Ah, okay. So, basically, how I arranged the place of the story is that I took plot in Wak Wak Land in a village, and then because I'm going to make it a more ancient, more mysterious place because the orb was is one of a kind. I took place in a place that no one ever entered before, like no one ever survived from that, and that is the Bermuda Triangle. So I'm making a plot. I'm making a setting where there is a land in that island in that Bermuda Triangle. Because and then he just teleported that, and then in the Bermuda Triangle there is, like I said, there is a land and there is a cave. In that cave there are three chambers. Who Lee Min Ho has to go in one by one to get that orb, and then he teleported back into his village again. So basically, his village, and then teleport into the cave in the island, and then teleported back into his original village. That is the plot. That is my settings, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to teleport you back to your story back again, yeah, to your story after my last question. So, what sort of message are you going to send to your readers
Okay,
to
so
what is powerful about your story?
uh, okay, so thank you for the question, ma'am. I'm going to answer that a good parents knows the limit of their kids. A good parents uh, will not force their kid to do what their kid cannot do. That is basically what I'm trying to deliver because uh, in the story, Kang Mi-hoon actually think that this kid is capable on doing this. It means that he is a good parent. Now, if a bad parent, then he will just say that he's the one who going to control the world. Now, that is the kind of thing that a bad parents in the story, if I'm trying to deliver it in the story. But the message that I'm trying to deliver in the story is that a good parents will not force their kid to do what their kid can't do. That is the message of the story, ma'am.
And the end of your story shows that Lee Min Ho could do what the parents think he could do, right?
Yes,
Yes. So it means that Lee Min Ho's parents is a good parents.
yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I'm going to teleport you back to your story. Thank you, Kamiti.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Miss Wati. And also thank you, Habibi.
Okay, thank you, Kak.
And you may leave the room. Goodbye. and good
Thank
luck.
you, judges. Thank you, committee.
Okay, next we will have the third participant, Saputra. Saputra is still connecting. Hi Saputra, how are you? Can you hear me?
Hi, Miss. I'm fine, thank you.
So please turn on your video first.
Okay.
Okay. How are you, Saputra?
I'm fine, thank you, Miss.
Okay. So before we start the Q&A session, please introduce yourself to the judges.
Okay, to respectful judges, my name is Saputra Pratama Septiadi. I'm 18 years old, and I'm from Bunga Bangsa Islamic High School. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Saputra. And now let's move on to the Q&A session for the judges. The time is yours. Who will be the first, Miss Arida? Okay, Miss Arida.
Okay. That's because I am the oldest in this forum, yeah? So, okay, how are you, Saputra?
I'm fine, thank you, Miss.
How are you? Are you fine?
I'm very nervous.
Everyone is nervous. Well, the title of your story is Braveness.
Yes.
Okay. What actually do you want to convey by writing this story? Does it represent your character as a brave man?
Yeah, actually, yes. When I was young, the protagonist uh, has a coward personality. So that personality I have when I am young. So I take it as an idea to put it on the story.
So what actually do you want to convey or a message behind the story? You have a quotation at the end of the story. What does it mean?
So the quote means that uh, um, you do not a bahasa Inggrisnya apa ya? You you are brave, but the apa? Bahasa Inggris saya kurang bisa speech-nya.
So the quote say the brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers the fear.
Yeah.
What does it mean? This is a very good message, yeah. This is a very good quote. Is this your own quote or you what is you take it from other source?
Actually, I take it on
From other source.
on the internet, and I was amazed by this person, and this person was called Nelson Mandela.
Okay, so you were inspired by this quote, and then you write the story. Okay.
Yes.
But you still do not. You still do not. What is it? Are not able to explain what is actually inside
Because I can
this
speak
quote.
English.
Yeah, you may say it in Indonesia if it is allowed by the committee, because I really want to know what you mean by this quote. Because this quote really represents the whole story actually. That's why you put it at the end of your story as one message that can inspire other people, and then also a good message for the readers. Okay?
Okay.
You say it in bahasa Indonesia.
Bahasa Indonesia, Miss ya?
If you cannot say it in English, yeah, just very brief explanation about this.
So the quote actually tell us that a brave man is not who that not feel afraid of something, but he actually does conquer the fear using uh, other person speech and apa kayak dorongan gitu Miss gitu. Jadi uh, kayak uh, kayak orang ini nggak perlu takut karena dialah yang naklukkan itu gitu Miss.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, very welcome Miss.
Okay, thank you, Miss Arida. Yes, next will be Miss Wati. Time is yours, Miss Wati.
Okay, thank you. Hi, Saputra.
Hi Miss.
Do you still remember the pictures that you got from the committee? Can
Yes.
you name them? Can you name the pictures?
So the first picture is Justin Bieber, and then second one is sunny day. The third one was a garden, and then the fourth one, a leather brown jacket with wall on the apa ini namanya?
Color?
Yeah, color. And then the last one is a gorilla.
Okay. So, which one of the pictures that you think is the most difficult to be put in your story?
Surprisingly, it's gorilla.
Okay. So you put gorilla in the end of your story, right?
Yes.
Yes. So why? Why did you put gorilla in the end of the story? And what inspired you?
So back in time, I watched a film called Anaconda.
Okay.
Anaconda. I
Anaconda
think
is not Anna gorilla, yeah?
yes, I know, but but the thing is, when mating season came, the flower red. I mean, I think it's called red orchid in Anaconda, and it used as a medicine. So it inspired me to create the same. I mean, to take it as a idea on the story. So I put it on my story.
So instead of putting anaconda, you put gorilla there.
Yes.
So what is the role of gorilla, and how did this gorilla become became important in the whole story that you wrote?
Uh, so the gorilla is basically a neutral uh, character, and actually I want to make the gorilla as a guardian for the ingredient, for the special ingredient to make a medicine for one of the character best friend. So uh, the important thing about it was uh, I I don't know. I didn't really know bahasa mengeluarkan bahasa Inggrisnya gimana gitu.
Okay, but but in your story, gorilla is a natural.
Yeah,
It has a
that's
natural character, and it you put it in the end because it gives it took part um, it gives what is it? It gives a different nuance for your story, and it help the main character to reach or
yes,
to become a brave person. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Okay. Thank you, Saputra.
Thank you, Miss Wati. Now, Miss Anja.
Yeah,
Time is
okay.
yours.
Thank you. Hello, Saputra.
Hello Miss.
Yeah, okay. Where did you put Justin in your story?
I put Justin in my story at the beginning of the story.
Mhm.
Actually, I want to create a facial features about it, but
Mhm.
because of the maximum of 1,500 words, dipangkas gitu lah, Miss.
Mhm.
Nggak muat gitu.
Okay. Okay, and can you tell me the character of Amelia, because I think you give more detail on
Yeah.
her.
Okay, so I get Amelia from a movie called Brave.
Mhm.
Brave movie. So I was inspired for it because the main character of the Brave movie was so brave enough to take on a bear. So for me, it was inspiring, and to make a heroine of the character on the story. Uh, except using bear, I use gorilla.
Mhm. Okay.
and and on that part, Amelia is one of the most important character to make
Mhm.
the main character to get reach his one of his braveness. So
Okay. Why did you make her willingly sacrifice herself in the story? What is your purpose for giving that kind of event in your story?
sacrifice. I maksudnya Miss willingly.
Sacrifice herself to gorilla?
I don't think I put it on the story.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think it was willingly train the.
Uh, wait. I see from your this one. I knew the fact that gorilla hates fire, so I grabbed those stones, light it up on my spear as it gets burned, and then I began running towards her, swinging my lighted spear, and then blah 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 blah. Tears start welling in her eyes as she gave her dagger to me.
Yes,
And
as a
you have
symbol of trustworthy.
okay, and then you have grown up. Please be safe. She cried and then ran away with the herb, leaving me alone.
Yes.
So, can you explain the meaning of this event so I can get the
So,
same purpose with you?
mhm. So the meaning of that part is that because of the braveness on the main character is now apa ada gitu, is now there. He willingly sacrificed himself to save Amelia, and yeah, he's willingly to sacrifice himself for Amelia, and letting Amelia ran away with a herb while he fight the gorilla.
Hmm. Oh, okay. So I get the point now. Okay. So, what is the message that you want the readers to get by reading your short story?
Okay, the message for me to readers is if you want to be brave, you need someone like your parents, parents, teachers, friends to support you because fear is not a good personality, but it's a downfall for yourself. So you need to conquer it by getting the support for di lingkungan kita gitu, dari orang tua, teman dan guru.
Okay, thank you very much. Really good. Thank you. That's all. Thank you so much.
Sama-sama
Okay,
Miss.
thank you, Miss Anjar. And also thank you, Saputra.
Thank you.
And you may leave the room. Goodbye and good luck.
Thank you Miss. Thank you judges.
Yes. And next for the fourth participant, we have Aisha. Yes. Okay. Aisha is still joining. Hello, Aisha. Can you hear me?
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. So hi Aisha. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Okay, you're fine. Thank you. I'm good. Thank you. And now, before we start the Q&A session, please introduce yourself to the judges.
My name is Aisyah Rahmani Hassan, and I'm from Maninsan Vidya Pasar.
Okay, that's all, Aisha.
Yeah, I'm in 12th grade.
No, it's okay. Okay, well, let's move on to the Q&A session for the judges. The time is yours, Miss Arida. Time is yours, Miss Arida.
Well, hello, Aisha.
Hello.
Far
Miss
away
Ma-
from Samarinda, but we can meet here in this forum.
Yes.
I have read your story. The title is simple. Okay,
Yes.
I will also ask a simple question. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
So you do not need to answer, give a complex answer. What do you mean by simple here? In what aspect do you
It's
want to
in
say as a simple one in your story?
it's simple to start something and to end something. So simple means in friendship.
In friendship.
Yeah.
So you are talking about friendship in this case as a simple
Yes.
one. Well, I like the way you started your story by using pronoun they without mention a name. Why did you choose to start your story like that?
Because it's I usually read novel and they didn't start by introducing themselves, the character. It's just more intriguing when we introduce the character by their feature first and then their name.
Okay, so what are the main characters in your story?
There are Chiara and Elena, two girls who became best friends.
Was okay. Are these names real names or imaginary name?
Imaginary names.
Imaginary name. How did you get that name?
I was when I want to build the character. I want to build the opposite character, so I search in Google. Name means light and name means black. So like they are the complete opposite. So when I search, there are many recommendation of names in many different language, and I just choose one that I like.
So does Alina and Kiara?
Yeah.
Do Alina and Kiara have a specific personality or different personality between the two?
Yeah. So Chiara is like a ray of sunshine. She always be positive to everyone, and she is outgoing with everyone. While Elena is the complete opposite of Chiara, in which she is insecure and she can't socialize. That's why Chiara wants to help Elena to socialize.
Okay. You got 5 pictures, right? Can you name the 5 pictures in your story, and then how did you connect between one picture to another one?
Yeah, there is 5 pictures. There are 5 pictures. So first it's Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. I made Taylor Swift is their favorite artist, and they simply become friends because they like Taylor Swift. And then there is Autumn, in which it's the background of the story. It's fall times, and then Black Cat. Black Cat is I made Black Cat is the witness in my story. So the Black Cat witnessed everything happened between Chiara and Elena, and then it left after it ended. And then Liberty statue. Liberty statue is, I made Liberty statue is a metaphor for like people tend to forget about their past, about the person that helped them to be on the top, like Liberty statue. So that's why Lena really want to become like Liberty statue, have the confidence to raise up height. Well, and but she always like feel insecure that, and she always believed that Ciara is the one who have that all. That's why Ciara wants to help Lena to become like a Liberty statue that Lena loved to draw. But then it backfired herself. And
so
then
which one of this story do you like most?
I'm sorry. What?
Which parts, what event in the story do you like most actually when you wrote it?
I don't know.
There are some events, and then there must be one specific event that you like much, and then you are very excited with that. Can you tell one part that you feel very happy with that?
Very happy. I happy to write it, but it's sad.
you are happy to write it, to write all of
I love to write story, sad story.
there must be one part that really make you very excited or very happy with that. Can you mention one of them?
I love the part where they simply where Alina just said like, you can be like the Liberty statue too.
Okay.
You can be like them too, because and Alina and Ciara said, I don't really want to become a Liberty statue.
Have you been to Liberty statue?
No.
In America?
No.
No. So is that your dream?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have specific dream.
Hopefully this story will bring you to the Liberty statue, yeah? Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Farida. Okay, next Miss, who will be the next? Miss Wati or Miss Anjar? Miss Wati, okay, Miss Wati.
So, thank you, Dila. So, Aisa.
Yeah.
Why did you create the end of the story like this? What inspired you
to end it like that?
Yes.
I end it like that because it's just to make the main character learn that it's hard to let go. It's not simple to let go. It's not simple to forget something, while they simply started their friendship and ended it. So I just want to make the main character realize that. That's why I make it sad ending.
Did it relate to your own story?
To my life?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just make it more dramatic.
Make it more dramatic.
Yeah, no one died. No one died in my life, but I just make it more dramatic.
No one died, but
yeah.
But in your story, someone died. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what message would you like to send to your readers from your story? It is simple, yeah. Yeah. It's a simple story. It's a simple title, but is the message also simple?
Yeah, there are two messages actually. So the first one is that it's simple to start something and to end something, but that something already became the part of your life, so it's not simple to let that something go. And the second one is that people tend to forget about their friends, their past life, who they were when they got high positions like crown or something. They tend to forget about people. That's why I just don't want the readers to be like that it's not right, it's just hurt.
So you want to send a message that if your best friend has a high position or higher position than you are, it doesn't mean that this best friend could do anything that she or he likes to the best friend.
Uh, no, it's
To,
like
you would like to send a message that it is not good to be arrogant, or
yeah, it's not good to be arrogant and forget the people that help you after you reach your dreams.
okay, so it means that you want people to be humble.
Yeah, humble.
Okay, okay, so tell me about the process that you did uh, to create this story in brief. Yeah, in brief.
Uh,
You ask someone to help you to do the proofreading or to give you ideas related to the line of your story, the
uh,
storyline.
no, I just started myself. Because this is based on true story, I just make it like my true story first, and then I edited it, and then I just started it the way I started. I don't know. I just got the idea when I sleep, when I want to sleep, when I go to the bathroom. I get the idea and then I just write it down,
So
like the
the
points.
idea came up in the bedroom.
Yeah, yeah. That's usually it's embarrassing, but usually it came from.
Did you ask your teacher to help you in terms of ideas or proofreading or something else?
No, no. I I use grammar book to fix my grammar.
How you use a grammar book to fix your grammar? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the future, if you write another story, are you going to involve your teacher or someone else to help you with the grammar or help you with the ideas or the storyline, or to just get someone to talk to about
Uh,
the story that you write? Or
well,
you believe in yourself, or you don't need anyone? What do you think?
no, no. I need someone. So usually I write stories, and then I show it to them like how what is your opinion about my story? What is the minus and the plus of my story? So and then I just have to fix it again and again until it became better.
Okay. Thank you, Aisha, and good luck.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Miss Wati.
Thank you,
And
Jila.
now for Miss Anjar, I'm so sorry, Miss Anjar, the time is, you only have a brief 2 minutes to
Yeah.
give
Yeah,
questions.
okay, I will make it fast. Okay, hello Aisha.
Hello,
Uh,
Miss.
I really love your story because you give a different ending in your story. Uh, my question, only one question. I think, why did you make the accident to end, to give the tragic end for this short story?
I made it an accident because uh, I don't know. I just want to make it. So I met her die.
Mhm.
So the other main character could realize that it's not simple to let go or to forget about something because they simply started and end their friendship. So with her death, the other main character learned the hard way that it's not simple to let go. That's why I want to make it become tragic.
Okay, actually that's good, but lack of detail in the explanation about the accident. Yeah, that's the
Uh,
point that I get from. Sorry. Thank you. That's all.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Miss Anjar, and also thank you, Aisha.
Yeah, thank you so much for
Yeah,
having me.
yeah, you may leave the room.
Oh
Goodbye.
yeah.
Good luck.
Bye. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Okay, next, for the last participant of the final round, we have Anissa. Anissa is still joining. Anissa, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, please turn on your video. Okay.
Okay.
Hello, Anissa. How are you?
I'm fine, Miss.
Okay, then. Okay, before we move to the Q&A session, first you have to introduce yourself for the judges.
Yes, Miss.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I want to introduce myself. I am Anissa Haidir. I am from SMK YKPP Bontang, 12th grade, multimedia major. The title of my story is an antique cupboard of death.
Okay, then. Thank you, Anissa. So, well, let's move on to the Q&A session. For the judges, the time is yours. Who will be the first, Miss Arida, Miss Wati, or Miss Anjar?
Miss Wati, I think.
Okay, Miss Wati. Time is yours,
Okay.
Miss Wati.
Thank you for the time. Hi, Anissa.
Miss.
Where are you now? Are you at home or at school?
Yes.
Where are you now? Are you at home? I mean, outside your house, of course, or at school?
Yes,
or...
Miss. At home.
Okay. Okay. Can you find a spot where the connection is good? Is it a good?
Sorry, Miss. The network in my hometown is not good.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to ask you questions related to your story. Okay. Are you ready?
Okay, Miss.
Okay. So what inspired you to write this story? I know that you got some pictures from the committee, but how how did you arrange the pictures become a story, and what inspired you in writing this story?
So Riza is beautiful girl and she has an orphan. Nah, she has a phobia of animals since childhood, and she gets a good look her dreams that she can become normal like a normal woman.
Okay.
Uh, repeat your question.
Okay. So my question is, what inspired you? What inspired you to write this story? Did you read a novel, or did you watch a movie, or or perhaps because of your personal experience that make you want to write this story?
My story about uh, about Riza beautiful girl and memory uh, about phobia of animals since childhood, and the cupboard contains the memories of her father, read in a diary and an album which write about love and about her love and experience with animals.
Okay. So do you love animals too?
Joke,
Sorry?
joke.
Okay. Thank you, Anissa. I'm going to leave to other judges to ask you questions.
Okay, thank you, Miss Wati. And now for the next judges, Miss Anjar. Okay, Miss Anjar.
Okay.
And it's yours.
Okay. Hello, Anissa. Can you hear my voice clearly?
Oh, Miss.
Yeah. My question is, what do you want? Yeah, what kind of message that you want the readers get by reading your story?
Uh, to make story, to always love animals, even though there is fear or phobia of animals, because animals are also creatures created by God and will not hurt humans as long as we do not disturb them.
Okay. The last question. Can you explain the character of Risa? What kind of daughter is she?
So Lisa, this beautiful girl, she was an orphan. She has a phobia of animals, dance, childhood, and she gets a good through her dream so that she can become normal, like a normal human. So her dreaming and want to be like others who love animals. Uh, and finally, uh, she want to gain knowledge about animals and dream of becoming a veterinarian so she could treat endangered animals.
Okay, thank you. I think that's all my for my question. Thank you, Anissa.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Anjar. And next for Miss Arida, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you. Hello, Anissa.
Miss.
Okay, I just want to ask one question, yeah, because I don't think the network is very good from your side. Um, the question is, what did you find any difficulties when when you were creating this story? And if yes, what kind of difficulties?
Uh, sorry, Miss. The network in my hometown is not good. Uh, your question.
Yeah. Yeah, so I asked you about when you were creating this story. Did you find any difficulties when you wrote this story? And if yes, what kind of difficulties?
Uh, so in my story about beautiful girl, and beautiful girl is Liza, and she has one. And, and in my story, she always love animals, even there is fear or phobia of animals.
No, I know already the content of the story. I just want to know uh,
Yes.
whether you found any difficulties when you were writing this story. If yes,
Uh,
what are they?
uh,
Okay, Anissa, I didn't hear anything.
Yes.
Okay, maybe the problem of connection, yeah.
Yes.
It is difficult to get the answer of the questions. So
Okay.
how do we anticipate this?
Yeah.
I should end my question, so I give it again to the committee. Thank you.
Okay.
Committee, do we still have time?
Yes. Yes, we still have time, Miss.
Yeah. If we still have time, maybe Anissa can write her answer in the chat box.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anissa.
Yeah. So, Ibu Ar, could you write your question in the chat box so that Anissa can answer it through the chat box? We can
Okay.
see Anissa's
Yeah,
answer
okay.
from the chat
There's
box.
one way to
Yeah.
do.
Anissa, Anissa. Yeah. Can you?
Sorry, didn't put in my.
Yes. Look at the question in the chat box. Look at the question in the chat box. Yeah.
Yes.
Check the chat box.
Yes.
Answer
Yes.
the question.
Okay.
Answer the question. Yeah.
Yes, Miss.
Okay. Ibu Arida will give you the question. Okay.
Okay, for the judges,
Miss.
I think because the network connection with Anissa, there's disturbance. I think
Yeah, Miss.
there will be no time limits
Miss, wait.
because she has to type it.
Yeah. Okay. Could you wait
Maybe we
for
can
like?
allow sometimes to
Yeah.
answer the question in the chat box, yeah, because this is
Yeah.
actually unanticipated problem, yeah.
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 Maybe you can
So
allow
Miss.
sometimes to
Yes,
for her
Anissa.
to write her answer. Tapi ini kok diam gambarnya ya?
but she can hear our voice ya. Anissa bisa dengar ya?
Yes, Miss.
Oke. Sudah diketik Anissa di chat box?
Atau mungkin Anissa mau matikan videonya dulu biar lebih konsen.
Ya, boleh dimatikan
Miss.
videonya mungkin kalau
Ya, Miss.
ya,
Miss.
if ya silahkan dimatikan videonya agar sinyalnya tidak
Lebih.
terganggu. Ya.
Okay.
Ya. So please answer the question from Ibu Arida in the chat box. Boleh kita tunggu
Yes.
ya, panitia?
Yes.
Okay, Miss Arida, her answers is already in the chat box.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I already got it. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Is there any questions left for Anissa?
Maybe the other judges want to ask some other questions.
Yes.
For me, that's it.
Okay, thank you, Miss Arida. For Miss Anjar or Miss Wati, is there any questions for Anissa?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah. So I think there's no questions left. Okay then. Well, thank you for the judges and also thank you, Anissa. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you, Anissa. You may leave the room. Goodbye and good luck.
Yes, Miss. Thank you, Miss.
Yeah. Okay. So, dear judges, the session from Anissa marks the end of Picory Senior Level's final round. Now we will invite the judges to move to the breakout room for further discussion. Thank you. So, okay, everyone, while we are waiting for the judges to give some feedbacks for this top 5 participants, we will give you some entertainments. Thank you.
Good grammar and spelling are important. But if you want to write essays that inspire, messages that forge brighter connections, and emails that get the job done, you need to think about more than just grammar and spelling. This sentence is grammatically correct, but it's wordy and hard to read. It undermines the writer's message, and the word choice is bland. Grammarly's cutting-edge technology helps you craft compelling, understandable writing that makes an impact on your reader. Much better. Grammarly works where you work, on your computer or your phone. Imagine what you could do with the secrets of the world's best writers at your fingertips, anytime you need them. Are you ready to give it a try? Installation is simple and free. Visit Grammarly.com today.
Are you ready now? 속삭이는 shadow 왠지 익숙해 처음 보는데도 더 깊이 감춘 너의 맘에 빛을 던지고 숨을 불어넣어 우린 갇혀버린 player 사라진 시간을 찾아 헤맨 prayer So we keep on running for So we keep on running for Tonight, tonight, tonight 꿈을 꿔서 난 숨막힐 듯한 세상을 향해 외쳤대 Raising on my hands, raising. 불씨를 던졌죠 멀리 여긴 선이 없지 그곳은 모든 게 다 위선이었지 뺏겨버린 모든 건다 삼켜버린 끝에 다시 시간의 가락급에 가는 달려나게 날아올라 to the brink 미쳐졌어 난 너무 간절한 모든 걸 담아 외쳤대 깨고픈 노래를 또 찬란한 빗소리를 So we keep on running for So we keep on running for Yeah Who's gonna pull the trigger 빈틈을 노린 shot No more barriers No more
Tutup aja tutup.
Okay, welcome back for the judges. So yesterday, at the time the committee announced the top 5 in the WhatsApp group chat, there are a lot of questions sent by the teachers asking why their students failed to enter the top 5. So I would like to invite all the judges or the representative, and we will use this session to deliver some feedbacks to all participants who are not in the top 5 before we end the meeting of Picory final round for senior level. For the judges, time is yours. Um, would you like to give me the questions? Okay then.
Yes,
So,
please, Bila.
okay, so the most asked questions is, what do you think of the whole writing, the 25 participants? What are the impressions after you read them all? Thank you for the judges. And it's yours.
Okay, I will answer first. Yeah. Overall, actually, based on their writing, they are good. Yeah, but the focus on this competition is not only the language. Some part that the participants also need to improve, and one of it, the criteria is not only the language and style, but also the content and the organization. For me, on the aspect of the content, I see that some participants lack of detail for explaining the storyline and also for describing the character, and some of them also the setting. Because they have to use the picture, so I realized that this is not easy for them, but the way they can relate the picture with whole of the story is also the important part that make their content complete and also have a good score. Now, so I see that for some student who have some, I write in my review as a missing link, yeah, missing link, whether it is in a character, the way they explain the character, the way they explain the setting, and also the way they make the transition, because I see that some students really love to use the flashback type of plot while
Okay.
writing their story, but it should be careful, because if you do not create the time transition in a good way, so it makes the lack of detail. So that's for the contents. And then for the organization, uh in a some point, all of the writing is have a really good organization, but still between the best of the best, because this is a competition, so we try to compare one of each other, and then we conclude that the the less mistake that they make, so they can be part of the big five. And then the last point about language, something that I think the student need to really understand, yeah, how to use punctuation and capitalization in
Okay.
indirect and indirect sentence. Yeah, it is really
Yeah.
disturbing for
Yeah.
the judges, because it make us confused. Yeah, so perhaps this is the point that some of the participants ignore, but actually punctuation, capitalization is also important when you are writing a story. And then some of the students use the type of narration, yeah, which less of direct sentence in your story. It is okay, but the risk is the story will be more a little bit boring, yeah, because you explain a lot, but there is no intense part of your writing. So writing a composition, I think kalau pelajaran mengarang, it will be different with writing a berisi. Pelajaran mengarang itu berbeda dengan menulis cerita. You can use your composition, but please put something. There should be a goal perhaps or an event that make the story up and down until the end. So that's the story. If it is only a composition, perhaps you just tell the event chronologically.
Yeah.
Pagi, siang, malam, sudah gitu
Yeah.
ya. But it cannot be for a story. You have to create what we call as plot. So that's why we call it as plot. Plot and story is something that different. Story you can write it chronologically, but in plot chronologically, but have a cause and effect relation. So this is something that I think some students lack of. I think that's all from me. Thank you, Omiti.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Anjar, for your feedback. And next, who will Miss Wati or Miss Arida regarding the impression of the whole writing, or we should move to the next question?
Um, I could add a little bit about the impression of the whole writing. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, it's raining cats and dog outside. Yeah, so I couldn't
Yeah.
really hear clearly. I couldn't hear my voice clearly, but I hope that I am audible. Okay, so the whole impression towards the story that the students wrote, I think um, each of the work of the students has their character in it, has a certain message that they write in the story. However, the reason why we chose these top five, because I personally think that there is a soul in the story. Yeah, there is a complication found in the story as well. So it's not only a story, just like what Ibu Anjar said just now. Yeah, it's not only a story, but it has a storyline in the story, so that when the readers read the story, the readers could get the idea. Oh, okay. So this is the start, and this is the end of the story. So some other work from the students, I couldn't see it clearly. Yeah, also related to their um, language and style. Yeah, some of them only, because you need to you need to choose a word that could explain the feeling very well. Yeah, even though it's only one word, but it's actually expressing something deep. Yeah, it's not only just a word. So that's why I think that this top five story has the quality of um, a good language and style in it. Yeah, and perhaps I think um, when the teacher accompanied their students to write fiction, for example, they need to remember that in a fiction there is character, setting, plot, conflict, point of view, as well as the theme. So that should be put in the story so that the story is rich. Yeah. So we just we would like to read a rich story, a story which has a soul in it, a story which has a theme, a storyline in it. Yeah. So I think that's what I think about the work of the students. Yeah. Um, Bu Adida, perhaps you would like to add more.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, Bu Wati. So there are three aspects uh, that we use in assessing the story. Aspect of content, aspects of organization, and aspect of language. Now, for me, the first thing that I see from the story when we read at the beginning of the story, and then we have already difficulty in understanding the story because of the language, uh, it is really disturb our understanding in uh, 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 concerning the flow of the story. So language actually play an important role in this. Now, these top five stories really fulfill the requirement of language. So their language is organized in such a way so the reader can understand and can follow the flow of the story. Now, Bu Anjar and Bu Wati already discussed or mentioned about the plot and the content, and I agree with it that every story need to have some events starting from orientation and then come to the complication or climax, and then at the end you come to the resolution. But most of the story that does not include in this top 5 does not have that. When I read it, I found it quite flat. So I feel that I was listening to someone who is telling a monologue. There is no any conflict in it. Now, that's why we choose this 5 story, because it fulfilled the requirement of a good story in terms of content and in terms of organization. I found a lot of some of the story, the story that that they do not come to the top 5. In terms of language, for example, inconsistency in using tenses, for example, and also capitalization, the use of punctuation, and some other convention and mechanical problems that the student or the writer use in the story. So this also play important role. And some story also are found to be suspended in terms of the plot. So it does not come to the end. So we feel that there are missing about this story. So that's why we eliminate that kinds of story. Um, So in the future, when we have that kinds of competition again, the first one that we need to consider most is the language first. Yeah, language first, because language bring us to understanding and bring us to our involvement in the story. So if we found the language are messy, for example, it will influence, affect our understanding about the story, and also affect our involvement in the story. I think that's from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Arida and also Miss Wati. Actually, the next question is already answered by Miss Wati and Miss Arida. The question is what are the strong points of these 5 writings? A lot of teachers ask the committee. Okay, I get the point that our students could not make to the top 5. What are they? What are their strong points? So because the questions already answered, I think it will is the curiosity of the teachers and the students. Okay, thank you for all the judges for the feedbacks.
Gila, sorry,
Yes.
Gila. Can I add something?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah. So, well, another point that the teacher should understand in this kind of competition, yeah, because writing, speaking is a kind of skill. If we assess writing or speaking, it is the assessment could relate it with subjectivity, yeah. So
Yes.
uh, what I meant by subjectivity is here is like, for example, uh, perhaps I tend to like certain stories, but other judges tend to like different kind of stories, how they are written. So we have
Yeah.
different kind of mindset towards a story. Yeah. Then in order to minimize the subjectivity in this competition, we include 3 judges. Yeah. And we combine the score together. Yeah, so that we are hoping to reach a final result which combine 3 perception from the judges. Yeah. Also another thing um, that is that needs to be um, that needs to be paid attention with is um, um, the way we design this competition. Yeah, because we would like the students to be more um, to be more what you call it, to be more related with to have more space to express their ideas in writing. Therefore, we combine uh, writing as well as the interview. Yeah. Why? Because we would like to know the originality of this competition as well,
Yes,
so
of
that
course.
we get the best from the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Okay.
Dila.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Wati. And thank you all for the judges for the insightful feedbacks. I hope it will satisfy and is the curiosity of teachers and participants who asked the committee before. Okay, so I guess this is the end of our event. We, the committee, would like to thank the judges and participants for attending today's event. Also for the viewers who have watched us on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you very much. And this is the end of Picory final round for senior level. Hopefully we can meet you again next year and have a nice day. Thank you. Yes. Uh, okay, before we end, official end, the committee wants to take a picture together. Sebentar.